Did you know that making more money and building wealth isn't just about the numbers? And it has more to do with what's stored up here in your beliefs and your old programs and your mindset about money. Today, I'm going to break it down so you can understand how you were wired and then how to fix it. Because most people are going to teach you and tell you what to do and how to do it and what they did to build their success and wealth. And yet, they're not talking to you about what's happening to you in your inner dialogue and your core beliefs and the patterns that you saw and learned under the age of 8 years old in your money mindset program. For those of you that don't know me, I am Cappi Pidwell. I'm a master of hypnotherapy and neurolinguistic programming. So as we dive into this whole conversation about money, I will tell you, you can study every book on strategy. You can create a budget. You can map out a brilliant business plan and what you're going to do and how you're going to get there. And then you implement things, or you try harder, or you grind it out, or you work harder. And then at the end of the quarter, or at the end of the 6 months, or maybe at the end of a year, your bank account and your financial outcomes look the same. Now, here's the trap. You might have even have made more money. As I get into how that can occur, often happens is people will start to sabotage. Maybe you've had that increase and then suddenly you have an influx of unexpected repair of the house or an expense, or somehow, some way, something occurs and your bank balance ends up exactly in that familiar zone. Now, most people would look at this, a financial planner or anybody looking at it logically would say that this is a budget problem, this is a marketing problem, this is a strategy problem. But after working with professionals and entrepreneurs for 30 years now, helping them understand and master their money mindset and their outcomes, I promise you, your bank account is not a reflection of your marketing strategy alone. It is a direct reflection of your subconscious financial set point. So let's look at how your financial set point got set. I want you to think of a thermometer in your home. If you set your heater on a certain temperature, the house will just click on and off according to the temperature you set it. No matter what's happening outside, it could be pouring rain or snowing or whatever. And as long as you have electricity and gas, that is going to pump out either the air or the heat according to the thermostat. Your subconscious mind operates exactly like a thermostat when it comes to your money, when it comes to your handling of money, managing money, making money, moving money, investing money. You have this set point. Now, understand that this set point is deeply ingrained into your subconscious mind from such an early age, from the experiences that you saw and that you had in your home with your family, or if you were, raised by other people, whatever their money beliefs were, whatever their money handling was. This was the money safety zone, if you will, because that is what got ingrained when you were a young person. So knowing that, understand that that thermostat got set, you have a financial set point. So anytime you go above or below, that really kicks in your nervous system. So you'll experience financial anxiety if the number gets below a normal number for you, and then an unfamiliar space or place with money if it goes really high. And to relieve this tension, the subconscious is so powerful. It will often unconsciously prompt you to spend or give away money or mismanage it, or just to create some type of experience that you're not conscious of and you're not trying to do it, just to get you back to that familiar set point. So until you calibrate this thermostat and change it and adjust it, no external business coaching or strategy or goal is permanently going to change this for you. And I can't emphasize this enough. I have been doing this for 30 years now, coaching people before coaching was a thing, doing mindset mastery before mindset was cool. I am a master of hypnotherapy and NLP, and I'm telling you, everybody has a money thermometer and a money story. So let's look at how this got wired. I mentioned it a minute ago, but let's take a deeper dive in how this actually happened. In your formative years, meaning from the ages of just being born to about 8 years old, you were not conscious. You didn't have a lot of logical filters in the mind, and you live highly in your imagination. That's why kids are so fun. We don't start getting critical of ourselves till we're about 8 years old. So we're very, very suggestible, like little sponges. So what occurs is the mind's operating in a lower frequency, more relaxed state. And then the people around you, through your observation, I often say your eyes are like video cameras. You're taking in those money conversations. If there's money trauma, money stress, money arguments, or if there's lavish money conversations, and there's plenty, no matter what is happening around you, your eyes were taking in the experience, and then you're digesting that emotional data. So if people were happy and abundant, you're happy and abundant. Money is easy. That's fun. That is how you were wired. If you got wired of money is stress, money is fearful, we don't have enough, there's never enough, or whatever you're hearing, seeing, and experiencing, that repetition of their pattern literally got overlaid or inlaid into your consciousness. So it's really powerful for people to start to identify and write down. And I have a lot of videos on your money mindset, but write down, what did you hear the most growing up about wealthy people? Were they described as really hardworking, integrous people? Were they whispered about with resentment and they're all this way? And just those beliefs of the people around you get ingrained and get integrated really into your own consciousness. And those things are difficult to change as adults. So a lot of people try to outwork it. They try to become a superstar, to outperform it, or get the big house on the hill or the pretty car, thinking that's going to make them feel good. And it does temporarily, but until you get to this underlining driver, these underlining emotions, all the stuff in the world doesn't often end up making people emotionally happy, because we're not addressing the emotional part of having a wealthy consciousness. And you've seen this time and time again with movie stars, right? They have all the fame, they have the beauty, they have the stuff, and then they take a ton of drugs or they sabotage. Not all, but many. We can see it with certain levels of success. It happens fast for people. Or if somebody wins the lottery, the money or the thing can show up fast, but their consciousness still lives in lack, or it lives in I'm not good enough, or I'm not lovable. And then they make bad decisions, or they throw their money around and all the other things they do, their behavior, because it's being driven from that subconscious pattern. And they probably experience the lack or the trauma or what have you. If your nervous system is linked with, say, money stress or money anxiety, parental conflict, because you saw them fighting over money, maybe there was a fear that the money's going to run out. And so you tend to hoard money or hold money or not move money. And this is a very logical survival type of frequency. And this would equal having money or having a lot of money, creates that subconscious versus conscious. So therefore, the subconscious mind thinks it's keeping you safe by going back to your set thermostat, your money mindset thermostat. And what's fascinating to me as adults, as much as we can learn and get educated and take classes and get relationships and get jobs and do all these different things and learn about business or learn about marketing or learn about strategies, learn all these great tools we have at our fingertips today, there's these invisible loyalties almost that people have that rule their business decisions, their careers, their outcomes, and absolutely your income. So how do you upgrade your financial set point? Here's the work. You cannot out-earn a poverty mindset. I was speaking at an event today and I was talking about this, and people were just looking at me so confused because I was speaking to a group of business owners, and I said, you know how much business development you're being taught every single day, yet 80% of your success is all up here. It's your mindset. So you're being taught business development, but not enough personal development. They go together, but you need to begin to shift how you feel, how you identify to success and money before you can build it. If you build on that, like I said, oftentimes that building collapses. So you want to make sure that you upgrade your identity, first. So let's do that next. Number one, I want you to audit and pay close attention to your financial conversations. Now, this is difficult for people to do because we speak inside of our head at up to 500 words a minute. Most people don't know that. And then your external talk is about 150 words a minute. So do the math. You're talking to yourself all day, every day. You have these ingrained patterns, these money beliefs, this thermometer, if you will, these money practices because you heard them, saw them, lived, have them, right? So it does take time to rewire yourself. But if you are not conscious of what you're telling yourself and saying all day or have said for 10, 20, 30, 40, sometimes 50 years, then it's hard to be aware or catch yourself in your daily life. So what I recommend is do it for an hour. You can literally take a pen and paper and sit down and just notice every single thought about money that comes up. Jot it down. What do you say? What do you notice? How do you feel? Okay. So catch yourself saying things like, I can't afford that. Go on Amazon and look at some stuff and notice what that internal dialogue says. I promise you, if you could record that out loud, it would amaze you at the things you tell yourself. And understand that those comments and those thoughts aren't just casual remarks that you've said once in a while. They are instructions to your subconscious mind. It's like you're suggesting to your mind, I can't afford that. That's too expensive. I don't have the money for that. Or whatever it is you're doing, you're reinforcing that thermostat, if you will. So you want to start by shifting your language from a deficit to a possibility. So still in step one here. Instead of saying, I can't afford this, you could ask yourself or state to yourself, how can I create the resources to make this happen, right? I love the preface of what if? What if I purchased this? How would I feel? Would you feel proud? Would you feel excited? Would you feel happy? Practicing a new way to feel about the thing you want versus, oh, I wish I could have that. That'd be awesome. That energy is just, ugh, right? You got to practice a new way of being. So step two is really calculating and paying attention to your nervous system, like I said. If there's a dread energy and that how I move my body, that is a nervous system issue. If you look at something, a mansion or a whatever you want, car, multiple $1 million in a bank account, and yet your nervous system and your body physically tenses up, or you look at a large number and you're just like, oh, I could never have that, or that would be nice, or whatever you're telling yourself, this is what you want to monitor. And I promise you, it is some work. You have to explore. I have a program on my website called Explore Your Money Mindset. You want to look at what your nervous system is doing. So here's a really good practice for that. You could print out on any kind of document in Google Drive or something, large amounts of money. You could put your name at the top, put large amounts of money, big figures on a document, print it out. Don't just keep it on your phone. You want to hold it. Use all your senses, your kinesthetic, your visual, your emotional, your whole neural network. And look at those numbers and notice how it makes you feel. Is it a scary feeling? Is it comfortable? Is it awkward? Is it feeling awesome? Just regulate. Notice how it feels to look at numbers like that. Now, here's a catch I want you to do. You're not there to judge the number. You're not there to make opinions about the number. You're just there to monitor and notice how it makes you feel. And through practice, you're going to teach your subconscious mind that it can feel normal and safe for you to be around bigger numbers, a different relationship with those numbers, a new comfort, a new confidence, a new clarity in yourself, in your belief system, and in your nervous system. And then step number three I want you to do is I want you to redefine for yourself, what does wealth mean to you? Okay, this isn't about society and everybody else saying what they think it should be. I want you to redefine, what does money actually represent for you? Is it a feeling of being proud? Is it confidence? Is it a magnifier of your choices that gives you a ton of freedom and flexibility in your life? What is it for you? And then what is that number for you that's going to have you feel like that? You want to write those things down because your bank account will never permanently outgrow your subconscious mind. Again, you might do it for a bit, make bad investments, make bad choices, and go right back to that temperature gauge. So you want to understand when you start to change the subconscious first, then the circumstances begin to align. Opportunities that you would have never thought of begin to occur for you because you're holding internally a richer bank account, if you will, right up here and right in here, right inside of you. A richer inner environment allows you to then project, communicate, hold a richer feeling about yourself that you wouldn't even align with lack anymore. Now, again, this takes practice. This does take practice. It takes repetition. You can't do it one time and then just have it be there forever. Every day you take a shower, hopefully. Every day you brush your teeth. Every day you wash your hands, right? So this is the same thing. You have to do it every day. You can't just meditate or say, Cappi, I want to manifest blah, 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 and do it for 5 minutes and then walk into the store and go, oh my God, prices are so high. Or pull up to the gas station and say, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you're saying or doing, pay attention to it, because it's not about manifesting up here for 5-10 minutes and going into the world and living out your past programs. This is the practice so that when you go into the store, you think more abundantly, you feel more comfortable. Prices don't dictate how you feel about money, because when you do the inner work to reset that gauge in there, that thermometer, and you release your old programming around money, you begin to step into the identity of someone who easily generates success, who easily can grow a business, who can manifest more, manage more, move more, invest better. It is a mere reflection of your consciousness. Wealth, yes, it shows up in numbers, but it's not just about the number. It's about the number you hold inside yourself about yourself. So if this resonates with you and you're ready to make more wealth, do me a favor, subscribe to my channel, drop me a comment, and let me know your biggest takeaways in this video. And you can certainly book a one-on-one Zoom call with me. If you're looking for a great coach, I coach entrepreneurs and business professionals on how to increase their income and their outcomes through mindset coaching and strategy sessions. Go ahead and book a call. I'd love to talk with you. I have a 6-week coaching program and a one-on-one 90 days. Let's chat. Let's connect. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.